Hello, welcome to another episode here at Big Man in the Woods. My name is Mark, your online scout leader, helping you deliver more practical skills and skills for life. Now, in this episode, as you can see, I've got another guest just to my left, Marek. He's joining us all the way from Poland. Marek, hello.
Oh, hello, Mark.
Excellent. Thank you for coming on Big Man in the Woods. It's been awesome to read about your story. Marek, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are
Oh,
you a scout and where do you live and stuff like that?
I live in Gliwice in Poland. It's a southern part of the country. I'm active scout, and I'm scout like since 1996. So it's a long time already.
So scouting, you're still active in scouting. What's happening in lockdown at the moment? With the what's happening at the moment with the
Lockdown.
coronavirus? How's
Oh,
scouting going in Poland?
it's a bit different than before because
Yeah,
now the camps are not taking
yeah,
so long, like 2 weeks, but only, for example, 5 days or 6 days.
yeah.
But in Poland, the lockdown is not so lock like it was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, yeah,
Now people can go outside. They need to keep distance like 2 meters
yeah.
and wear mask. But scout meetings are um, again available, so
Okay,
scouts can take part in activities, and many uh, uh, groups are making scouting during the holidays now,
school holidays. Yeah,
the summer holidays. So
yeah, yeah.
there is no break like it was usually.
Because as we record this now, this is the first week in London of the summer holidays for schools, and like you say, traditionally scouting would stop um, over this period of time. But yeah, it's interesting talking to different people around the world what scouting are doing during the lockdown and coronavirus and stuff. So it's amazing. But we're not here to talk about that. What we're here to talk about, Marek, is a super event that's coming up in what 2 weeks time, Scout Scarf Day. Now, this is controversial, Marek,
Oh
because
yeah, the name.
yeah, some people call this a scarf, some people call it a necker. What do you call
Some
it?
people call it chusta harcerska, chusta skautowa, lenke, so many different names for
Yeah,
this one piece of cloth that you wear around your neck. But
yeah.
everyone knows that this is also for some scouting organizations the only part of the uniform. It's bond us together, so I think it doesn't matter how we call it. I know it's controversial because I so long in scouting, and I started the ScoutScarfDay fun around, and then someone told me that it's not scout scarf, it's a neckerchief, necker, and I never
Well,
heard this word, and basically we call it ScoutScarfDay because it's translated from many language into English. It shows scout scarf, and in some scout dictionaries, it's also scout scarf.
yeah.
So if no one puts the necker or neckerchief, that's the explanation why is this way here.
Just briefly tell us about how did Scout Scarf Day evolve? Is it new? I'm aware of it over the past couple of years, but how long has it been running for?
First time it was done in 2007, but only because of the 100th anniversary of World Scouting. And it was done by Austrian Scout Organization. And after 4 years, right before World Scout Jamboree in Sweden, it was reactivated by former scouts, but for only like 50 people. And I think during Jamboree it was so new that only like 3,000 people took part in it.
Mhm.
That's what is it. And since 2011, we start to promote it more and do all these graphics, website, information about the event, what was the idea, because basically it's the event that on August 1st, all active and former scouts wear the scout scarf in public to share the spirit of scouting. So it's some type of holiday for scouts once in a year. It's also it commemorates one of the first mm, scout camp on Brownsea Island, right?
Yeah.
So it's important day for scouting, and we just wanted to scouts to get into it, especially that it's also for former scout. So it's bond us together
So
really nicely, I think.
yeah, it's not just for current people who are in the movement. It's people who've been in it, even as a young person, whoever's been touched with the spirit of scouting. I love that phrase. I saw that on your website. Anyone, the spirit of scouting, love it, love it. So, what's the purpose of it? Is the purpose to raise awareness of scouting, or just to show the public who we are, what we do?
Yes, yes. It's basically about the awareness to the public, but also to this feeling that once a scout, always a scout. So
Yeah, yeah,
even older scouts, and when you see someone that you know for years, and this day he's wearing his scout scarf in the work, for example, for school, and you think, oh, he's also scout, and it's really great feeling
yeah.
that
No, no.
he was also involved, even if he's not now, but he was. And um, yeah, I think awareness, but also in 2014, I think the messenger of peace from Egypt, they changed a little the way of the scarf day, and they made an event for local community
Mhm.
to make something good for every person that they will meet in the city.
Love it.
So, for example, to make kids smile or do something good for others. So we also try to convince people that it's not only take picture, share it in social media, and it's over. It's not so they can do something good for others.
Sounds great. It's an awesome event, and just like you're saying, sharing the love of scouting, and it's something that you should be proud of, isn't it? You know, a lot of my scouts are quite embarrassed to wear their uniform out in public. So when they come into the scout hall, they've got a jumper over it or something like that. And I
I
think
get it.
you shouldn't be embarrassed of being a scout. You know that it's an amazing organization. It's the biggest youth organization in the whole of the world, and we're all connected. And like you said right at the beginning, 5 to 10 minutes ago, this is what connects us, isn't it? You know, every scout uniform is slightly different from country to country, a different color or different placement of badges, but everyone still wears this, you know, bit of triangle cloth. Um, and I can see the I'll call it a scarf that you're wearing. Very popular scarf in the whole of the world. I've got one myself in my collection. The first Facebook scarf. I love it. You know, and like you say, it's kind of iconic, isn't it? It's an iconic part of the scouting uniform, and we should be proud. It's on August the 1st. Is it always August the 1st, or does it
Yes, it's always August the 1st.
whatever day it falls?
I think that people can see that there are scout organizations that celebrate it also in other days. But yes, it's always August the 1st.
And it's great. And on the website, you've got Facebook frames that you can change your frame, profile frame.
Yes, it's
Uh,
also, if people check the bulletin, there is also, if someone don't have Facebook, because we need to think about people who don't have Facebook, they
that's true.
exist.
That's true.
So there is also Tweetbomb, so you can use your Twitter, change your Twitter profile
Yep.
using the or frame. But the frames on Facebook is basically created for people who don't have anymore their scout scarf, or they didn't bring it with
Yep.
them. Of course, everyone can use this frame and they will probably use it anyway, but it's basically for these people that are asking what to do. I don't have my scout scarf anymore, or I
Yeah.
didn't bring it, and we made it just to them to share it this way in public.
Yeah. And not everyone can wear their scarf during the day.
Yeah,
You know,
not yeah, many people say that in their work they can't wear it. They
no.
would like to, but they can't. And I understand it. That's why this frame was created, so it will be easier for them. They can wear it afterwards, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, I understand, and
And
not
so,
every school also agree
will
with
allow it,
that
yeah,
because of the uniforms of school.
yeah.
I
But
know that in the
wear it,
China, some scout organization for Scout Scarf Day, they convinced the headmaster of school that this day, August 1st, they can wear their scout scarf and their t-shirt that is for uniform days. So
yeah, yeah.
they has their scarf, scout scarf, a scout t-shirt, and they could go like this on August 1st.
Fantastic. Love it. But yeah, I work in a hospital, so I can't wear this during the day. But you know, the last few years that I've done it, try and wear a t-shirt or a jumper, and wear it on the outside. So traveling to work, I'll wear my scout scarf, and on the way home, and because I work in central London, you always bump into scouts. There's always a scout on the train, on the tube, have a wave, you know, and that's what we were talking about earlier on, isn't it? You know, that you can't plan on bumping into a scout, but you'll see someone, and you know,
Yeah.
just go
Not
say
only
hello.
in London, I think that in many countries that I visited, just like that, I met
Yeah,
scouts and I had no idea, but they were seeing my scout scarf on my backpack, for example. And they say, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm from here." And yeah, a lot of scouts are there, and even former one, because people are come to you and say, "Oh, I was in scouting too,"
when I,
and they start
yeah,
saying their stories, and it's so inspiring that now they are someone important in some area, but they are feeling it in heart that they are
yeah,
still
yeah,
scouts.
like you say, once a scout, always a scout, isn't it? And you never know. Like as an adult, they might not have thought about joining back as a scout. In you know, they've done it as a young person, left at school, and then started a family, or whatever, and they've never really thought about it until they bumped into someone, and like you say, spark that those memories, and you never know, you might find a new adult volunteer for your scout group on August the 1st. You never know. It's amazing. Marek, is there a special hashtag or something we can use?
Yes, there is a hashtag ScoutScarfDay,
Yeah,
and we would like to people use only that, not the ScoutScarfDay 2020, because our website is prepared only for this basic hashtag.
yeah,
And also there is another hashtag that scouts use for years, but it's World Scarf Day. But I think it don't there is Scarf Day for scarves, real scarves. So
wooden.
we want to use Scout Scarf Day hashtag, not World Scarf Day, because it's not the same thing anymore.
Absolutely. And do you know how many, roughly how many people take part in this?
Oh, it depends. On Instagram, I always wrote down the number of using of the hashtag before. So last year it was like one day it was 4,000 hashtags.
Mhm.
So it's quite a lot for
Yeah,
Instagram. Um, Now it's really hard to measure that, because in 2014 it was one of the biggest Scout Scarf Day, and after that it's really hard to count that. Back then it was or event. Uh, there were 44,000 scouts invited to the event, and take part 12,000. And or it was only Facebook, and usually these are only the leaders that will share the idea with their scouts.
yeah,
So we must think that this basic is the leader that will share it with his scouts, so the numbers will go bigger. So I really can't say how many, but now it's
yeah,
really many scouts know what this Scout Scarf Day is. So it's really nice to hear in other parts of the outside the Europe that people know
yeah,
what
yeah,
is it, because it was
absolutely.
a long way to got to this point.
Yeah, no, no, it's great, isn't it? And we'll see. We'll try and spread the word more and more and more. Now, last question before we wrap this up, Marek. Is this an official Scout event? Have you been given the big okay from the worldwide Scouting family?
Maybe this way. I talked with WASM during World Scout Conference in Slovenia in
Yep.
2014, and I was really stressed about that, because I was thinking that they will be mad about this idea, but
Yeah.
they were really supportive. But this event isn't registered as official World Scout movement event, because
Yep.
it's for everyone
Hmm.
also walks, also other scouting organizations. So in some way, it's also Independent Day, but many scout organization celebrate it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not the official one, but for all of those people who are buying, for example, any badge that is created for ScoutScarfDay, all the income is going for World Scouts Foundation, that is from WASP. And for this year, all the income is going for this fund created for COVID-19. So,
Yeah, fantastic. That is great.
so in this way, I think it's okay
And
for
you're
us
giving
to
it back.
exist.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So have you visited Brownsea Island?
Oh no, I wasn't never in England. I know it's really close, but I was in many different countries, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's an amazing place. It's like a pilgrimage. I went there last year for the first time ever, and it's an amazing place. Yeah, it's on one of those bucket lists of the things that you should do.
Yeah, right. I have it on my bucket list, but yeah, I was only on Jamboree on, like, for in Japan or on Central European Jamborees, but not in London yet. But because it's
One
so
day, Mark.
close, I think it's so close. So someday when there will be no lockdown, so it's on my bucket
But
list
it's so
also.
close in my country, yet still people still haven't visited Brownsea Island. At least you've got an excuse to get a plane. But yeah, we have no excuse, but still people haven't visited. But it's a great place. Marek, thank you very much. This has been awesome. Scout Scarf Day, August the 1st. We got to get it going, haven't we? We've got to get double numbers. Do you think? So last year you said it
I
was kind of
think every year is really amazing about how many people get to know
3.2.
about the event. There on our Facebook page and Instagram, there will be showing more inspiration from the past events. So what scouts do, so you can implement it for your scout group, what they will do for others. So just keep in touch with Scout Scarf and you will know
Yeah.
everything.
Last final question, Marek. Fine. I keep saying this a lot. I always do this. Last question. Last question.
It's
Now, remember,
okay. Can be
what
not.
what do you have on your scarf? Do you have a woggle or friendship knot?
I have friendship knot. I think that ugly is okay when it's together with the uniform, but I use friendship knot when I have t-shirts, so it's easier and it's not so here is
It's not so tight.
problematic area, right?
Yeah, no, it's good. I love it. Marek, thank you very much again. It's been awesome. Scout Scarf Day 2020, August the 1st, and the hashtag once again. We'll put all the details below. It's just Scout Scarf Day hashtag. That is awesome. Best of luck for Scout Scarf Day 2020. It's been awesome to talk to you, and this is another awesome event for scouting. Marek, thank you very much, and take care.
Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure. Excellent.